So I just wanted to say hi, I'm Cristina Stefanelli. I work at Unimed as project manager coordinating H-Gaza, which is a great honor for me. So I just wanted to get started with a little bit of housekeeping, but first of all, thank you all for taking the time for joining today and for your interest in the H-Gaza project and the call for applications. A little bit of housekeeping. Today's session is scheduled to last 60 minutes, including question and answers. You can post questions in the chat at any time or raise your hand if you want to speak, and we will try to take as many questions as possible, both in English and in Arabic. And also the meeting today will be in this English-Arabic fluid language. If you're joining for a mobile phone, you will find a link to the slides in the chat when we will start using slides. This session is recorded. Slides will be sent in a follow-up email to all the participants, and we or participants may take screenshots of the session and make them public. So if you don't want to appear in photos, switch off your camera. I mean, we will not do that, but participants could do that. So decide yourself if you want to keep your camera off or not. So this is the agenda for today. There's a fantastic welcome address by Marcello Scalisi, Director of Unimed, and Basri Saleh. Then we will go through the H-Gaza project and present the main features of the application. The presentation will be in English and in Arabic. It's not a translation. We will present everything twice. Then Mattia Giampaolo from Unimed will present what we are doing for a research study, because we would like to ask for your help, and there will be time for Q&A. I stop sharing. I wish you like the agenda. We can start recording, and I give the floor to Marcello Scalisi, Director of Unimed.
Recording in progress.
Thank you very much, Cristina. Good morning to all of you. I'm very honored to open this session dedicated to H-Gaza. It's the first large meeting that we organize in the framework of this important project, which is a challenging project for all of us. During this meeting, Cristina and Mohammed will present more precisely the program. They will give you all the details that you need. There will be a question and answer session. But let me start first thanking the Ministry of Higher Education and Education in Palestine, in particular, Dr. Basri Saleh, because all this was possible first, obviously, for the donor support of the European Commission. But obviously, everything is done and is possible with the collaboration with the local actor. And the Minister of Education was with us from the beginning in this very important journey. This project is sponsored by the Horizon Europe program. I suppose that most of you are familiar with this program. But what I would like to underline is that the European Commission decided to assign this project directly to Unimed under the Horizon Europe program, because in some way they recognize our commitment to Gaza universities and to Gaza, generally speaking, for what we try to do during the last 2 years. But obviously they also give an important role as stakeholder of the European Commission for the work that UNIMED is doing in the Mediterranean region, and in particular in crisis situation, unfortunately. As you know, the Mediterranean region is facing several crises, not only Gaza. Obviously, Gaza is unfortunately the most important one, but there are other countries that are in a conflict or post-conflict situation. We try to support universities in such very difficult situations, such difficult context. We started 2 years ago trying to support Gaza students, and then little by little, we try to collaborate and cooperate with the Ministry of Education, but also with Gaza universities. I'm very, very proud that this project is not coordinated by a European organization. First, because UNIMED is not a European organization. We are Euro-Mediterranean per definition. We have close to 200 members from 25 countries of the Euro-Mediterranean region. We are an independent organization. We act for supporting our members. And our board of directors is made by rectors and vice rectors.
Sorry for interrupting. I am afraid you have been muted.
Even me, you muted. Yeah. Sorry for that. I was saying that our board of directors is very well balanced, 10 from the European side and 10 from the Southern Mediterranean side. And this show that we are an organization that belongs to our universities. Our president currently is a Palestinian for the first time, and for the first time a woman as well, Professor Karia Rassas, vice president of Al-Najah National University in Nablus. But we have a large representative of members from all our Southern Mediterranean and European countries. Coming back again to Gaza, this project is extremely important for two main reasons. First, because we try during the implementation of this project to rebuild the research career of a selected number of Gaza researchers. But second reason why project is important is that this is a pilot project. This project will give instruction to the European Commission to launch next year a larger project to support more researchers. This means that those researchers that will be selected will be obviously will benefit from something that Christina and Mohammed will explain better, but also give us instruction for the future implementation of the large project that should start in the second semester of 2027. In addition, I think that it's important to show, for us, it's almost clear. We are cooperating with the Gaza universities. We have a Gaza liaison group that work with us, but we need to show to the European and worldwide environment, let me say that Gaza universities are there, active, they want to cooperate, they want to start, they want to rebuild their own capacity, and they need, of course, not only support, that is quite easy to imagine, but they need to work in close coordination with the international actors. This will be the role of UNIMED in the coming months and years, to try to support our colleagues from Gaza to rebuild the international connection, to try to coordinate their efforts if possible, and starting rebuild the country from their education. If we invest in people, we are, of course, not losing money, but we are giving the best option and the best support to our colleagues that are in such difficult situation. And obviously to build, generally speaking, a peace process in the region. Let me conclude again to thanks to my colleague and friend, Dr. Bastri Sale, and this team for the work that they're doing with us. To thanks, obviously, all the representatives of the Gaza Liaison Group that are very active and that are working with us. And obviously, my colleague Cristina Stefanelli, Mohamed Awad, and Mattia. I don't see Mattia. Where is it? It's somewhere. For the work that
I'm here.
Mattia Giampaolo. Okay, I didn't see you. Sorry. For the work they're doing. We are, as you can imagine, in this preparatory phase, we are facing a lot of difficulties, but thanks to your guidance and support, we will for sure solve all the problems that we will meet during the coming weeks and months. Thank you very much indeed for your attention. Basri, please, the floor is yours now.
Okay, thank you, Marcelo. Thank you for your always guidance and really support, continued support. First of all, I wanted to convey the best regards of His Excellency, the Minister of Education and Higher Education, who definitely knows that this meeting is taking place today. And really, it's my honor to appreciate, with respect, the effort of UNIMED to really provide support for Palestinian universities at large and to respond to the disaster situation and urgent needs of the universities in Gaza in specific. So your effort, Marcelo, in leading this forward and the effort of your team has been really appreciated highly. And we wish definitely you and the team the best of luck, but also results out of this effort and many other efforts that you have exerted to respond to the situation in Gaza. Uh, Definitely, I wanted to really welcome and acknowledge this wide participation from Gaza, our colleagues who are today with us. We are talking about hundreds of participants in this meeting, whether we are talking about researchers or representatives from universities. That really a very clear indicator on how important is this project, and therefore it gives me the pleasure to also convey our best wishes for our colleagues in Gaza, and hopefully this project will contribute to alleviate some of their really important, needs that they are having, and we all are working tirelessly without any complaint in order to really contribute to the development of the situation in Gaza, including the response for the urgent need in higher education and scientific research. That is the strategy of the ministry. That is the strategy of the Council for Higher Education and presidents of universities, where university presidents from Gaza are actively engaged in our daily discussion. And this project actually was taken there, and that was endorsed. So thank you for being today with us. And I think today it's the time for us to call every partner from the international community to take the same steps of UNIMED. And also, we here appreciate the financial support from the EU to this project. And we hope that this project will send a very positive and specific signal to EU that we need to continue this process for wider perspectives and wider activities. So it's the time to call all international partners to contribute to support higher education and scientific research in Gaza after this, I would say, this disaster that has happened. We all noticed with pain the loss of hundreds of students and staff from higher education institutions, the wide range of destruction that has happened as a result of Israeli operations in Gaza, and therefore most of our scientific research capabilities and capacity has been almost destroyed. And therefore it is timely to see UNIMED come with an immediate contribution that really would contribute to enable our researchers in Gaza to proceed in their research efforts. We know the scientific capacity that we have in Gaza. That was before the 7th of October, a leading signal from Palestine. You can go and visit any platform of research, and you will see the quality and quantity of research that was coming from Gaza We wanted this to come back into normality, and hopefully this project will contribute toward that direction. It's important also today to remind us that we deal with Palestinian universities at large, not only Gaza and or the West Bank, but we hope that this project and its future phases will also create better linkages between universities and scientific research institutions from the West Bank and Gaza to work together toward really enhancing the capacity and utilizing all possibilities within the Palestinian communities. So thank you for really giving us this opportunity. And I am sure that our colleagues from Gaza who are present there and many, many others who are not able to take part in this meeting will find this as a window towards improving their potentials and capabilities and start their research in a proper way. I wanted also to acknowledge the efforts of my colleagues, Dr. Amin Nawahda, who will stay with you for the rest of this meeting, and his team for their effort in order to work with the UNIMED team. And it's my pleasure to announce that the ministry will keep this positive and constructive discussion and cooperation with UNIMED towards a better state of scientific research and higher education, not only in Gaza, but in the whole Palestine. So thank you, Marcelo, again and again for all the effort. Thanks for your team, specifically Christina, who was really doing a very good job in making us really meet together. I would leave you here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, wonderful Dr. Basri, and also Dr. Amin, for all your support and advice and guidance, and also for giving us the energy to move ahead step by step. So we really like working with you, and we look forward for what it will be next. So let's start with the project itself. What is the project overall? As it was mentioned before, H-Gaza is an Horizon program. The overarching objective is to safeguard and reconnect Gaza present and future research and innovation capacity. So it's not a humanitarian project. We work on science for the benefit of the researchers in Gaza, but also of the international researchers and for the benefit of science. There are 3 phases: an initial mapping phase, which is a research phase to better understand the context and the need. The pilot virtual research hub, and we are here today to learn about the call for application to participate in the hub. And there will be a feasibility assessment phase in order to design a larger intervention. So if you are wondering what the H stands for, it stands for Hub, Hope, Help, but most importantly, Habibi. The project is implemented by UNIMED, and it's implemented by UNIMED in coordination with the Palestinian Ministry of Education and Higher Education. And we also have support structures supporting the work that we do. Most importantly, the Gaza Liaison Group, composed by representatives of the 7 research universities in Gaza. They represent their university with a mandate from their presidents. We also have an international advisory board composed by international experts who provide us with advice, an ethics committee, and EURAXES, Science for Refugees, who will support the activities in the hub, where the hub will actually be hosted. Call for applications. The call for applications is related to this pilot activity, which is the Virtual Research Collaboration Hub, which is a 9-month program to support Palestinian researchers in Gaza or from Gaza to continue their research activity. So when you participate in the call, you don't need to design a new research project from scratch, because the aim of H-Gaza is to support the continuity of the research that you are doing. The program offers mentoring and career guidance. There is a research capacity support of up to 7,000 euros for each selected researcher. There will be discipline-specific discussion groups, training in transferable skills, and networking and collaboration opportunities in order to collaborate with research groups internationally. The program will start in September up to May 2027. And as I mentioned before, the hub will be hosted on Euraccess. The eligibility criteria to participate in the call for application are 3, and all of them must be met. First of all, you have to be a PhD candidate enrolled in a PhD program at a university in Gaza, or a postdoctoral or experienced researcher holding a PhD. Be affiliated with a university in Gaza at the time of application, and be currently residing in Gaza or displaced outside Gaza after October 7. The call is open to all disciplines, so whatever discipline or type of research you are doing, you are in principle eligible on condition that the research that you are doing aligns with the program thematic areas. So we are not working on disciplines, we work on thematic areas. So we run a study to understand which are priority, most important areas currently in Gaza for the research and innovation ecosystem. And these are the 5 areas that we defined as those that we should prioritize right now. So the most important thing is that your work can be linked to one of those areas and contribute to one of those areas. All the areas are multidisciplinary. So if you are from social science, it's fine, and humanities is fine, on condition that you contribute to those areas with an eye to the local context. When you will go through the terms of reference, there is also a note to see how we define those areas, so how the research studies work. We took obviously into account the priorities defined by the Palestinian Ministry of Education and Higher Education. Concerning eligible cost, the funding, which is up to 7,000 euros per participant, cover research-related costs. As an example, publication, dissemination cost, research materials, software, data access, whatever is needed for you to continue your research, participation in online training, capacity building, digital tools, all what you believe is necessary for continuing your research. There can be also a contribution fee for participating in feedback activities. So since the project is a pilot, you would be requested to contribute feedback linked to the pilot network of the project. And this can be recognized with a contribution fee. Costs which are not eligible are physical fellowships or research grants. So this is not a mobility project. We cannot offer physical fellowships nor research grants. Also, major equipment is not eligible unless it is exceptionally justified, and this is something that can be discussed also when the activities in the hub will start, since we have to see what is doable and what is not. And all the costs unrelated to your research activities. The application, this is the application process. So the deadline for submission of application is the July 31st, sorry. You see in the screen the link to the call for application webpage. The documents to be submitted are an application form based on the application template, which is a fillable PDF that you will have to attach to the web form, your academic curriculum, the list of publication if available. Obviously, for PhD candidates, the list of publication may not be available and can be replaced by the short status report of the PhD. Academic certificates and a proof of affiliation with the university in Gaza, meaning an official letter from your university just stating that you are part of the university. So it's not a formal endorsement as such, but we just need sort of proof of affiliation. Detailed information on the document and the description of all the documents which needs to be attached is in the terms of reference for applicant on the project web page. Everything is online, so there is a web form which works perfectly well. There are mandatory fields which may not allow you to complete the submission. However, if you have difficulties related to the connectivity or whatever technical issue you may face, reach out to us by email and we will provide alternative submission options. Proposals will be evaluated by this selection process. So we will run an eligibility check first, then we will shortlist the applications, and the applications will go through an external evaluation. The external evaluation will be conducted by, each proposal will be evaluated by two independent experts, two independent external evaluators, plus a third one in case of discrepancy. There may be an additional check for ethical considerations in case the research brings ethical considerations. And the final selection, which is also based on quota. We expect to be able to share the final results in September. This is my final slide with a little bit of recommendations for applicants. So as I mentioned many times, I encourage you to review the terms of reference before starting your application and make responsible use of generative AI. We would like to listen to your own voice and don't care about language errors. Language errors will not be taken into account in the evaluation. We all use English as a tool. You may have recognized my Italian accent and grammar errors. It's perfectly fine. There is a risk that you all use AI, we receive all similar applications, and this will be particularly difficult for us to make a genuine evaluation. All the applications will be assessed after the deadline, so take your time to prepare your application. So this is not a first come, first served call. However, do not wait until the last day to submit your application in order to avoid technical issues. Key documents are available on the project webpage. There is the call for application, which is available in English and Arabic, the terms of reference. There are frequently asked questions that we will update throughout the month, and the application form template in PDF. This is all by now by me. The idea now is to listen to the same similar presentation again in Arabic, but by our colleague Mohammed Awad, H-Gaza focal point for UNIMED, and he's also full professor of software engineering. Mohammed, floor is yours.
Thank you, Christina, and thank you, everybody. Thank you, Marcello. Thank you, our colleagues in the UNIMED wonderful team. Thank you for the Minister of Higher Education, and thanks for the Gaza University's representatives who are doing the effort with us to reach this point. Thanks for all of my colleagues, the researchers from Gaza who join us today. شكرا لكم جميعا. خلوني أتكلم بالعربي الآن. نشكركم كلكم على وجودكم واهتمامكم بالمشروع اللي صدقا هو مشروع حيوي جدا ويؤسس لشيء أكبر. المشروع هو بالفيرجن تاعه الحالي هو بايلوت. تم الاتفاق على البرنسبلز تاعته من أكثر من عام، والحمد لله يونيميد أخذت موافقة من الاتحاد الأوروبي لدعم المشروع، وبلش التخطيط للمشروع التحضير من جانيوري لحتى وصلنا لليوم لإعلان الكول لحضراتكم جميعا، وإعلان الانفو سيشن الحالية لنوضح أي لبس ممكن يكون في طريقكم كستيب من باب المساواة والعدالة، إنه تصل الصورة واضحة للجميع. الآن يعني حمر على السلايدز سريعا. نفس الشيء اللي انشرح بالإنجليش هنحاول نوضح بعض النقاط باللغة العربية. بعد هيك زميلي ماتيا حيحكي عن كويشنير للريسيرش. بعد هيك حنفتح المجال للquestions and answers in both languages بالإنجليزي وبالعربي. The project name, as you know, it's H-Gaza call for applications. Now the applications are open for H-Gaza. البروجرام components أو مكونات البرنامج. The H-Gaza Virtual Research Collaboration Hub is a 9 months program. هو زي ما حكت كريستينا 9 شهور لإلكم، للي 75 ريسيرشر اللي بيتم اختيارهم. هو الفترة تبعته 9 شهور. الهول بروجكت سنة ونص، بس للريسيرشرز هو عبارة عن 9 شهور بروجرام. ايش بيعرض البرنامج؟ بيعرض mentoring and career guidance. طبعا إرشاد في كل واحد في الريسيرش تبعه. احنا في عندنا بول في اليونيميد من المنتورز الكواليفايد منتورز اللي كان guide you to the right path how to do more in your research. So research capacity support of up to 7,000 euros for each selected researcher. الماكسيمم اماونت لكل ريسيرشر بيتم اختياره من ال 75 ممكن ينصرف عليه الى حد اقصى 7,000 يورو. 7,000 يورو هذه لها بنود هنعرضها لاحقا. طبعا حينعرض ديسكشن جروبس مخصصين لكل مجال حتستفيدوا منها. حيكون في تريننج لنقل النولج في مجالات الريسيرش المنفصله والمشتركه. طبعا حيتم تشبيك ونتوركينج as much as possible ليفيدكم هذا النتوركينج to go more in deep or in depth in your research. The program will run زي ما حكينا من سبتمبر 2026 لغايه ماي 2027. The hub will be hosted on Euraxis. Euraxis خلينا اشرح شوي شو Euraxis. Euraxis is a platform that هذه البلاتفورم supports mainly researchers from all over Europe. بس الان Euraxis حتنفتح للبروجكت هذا عشان لدعم الريسيرشرز من غزة انه to continue conducting their research. فيها فيتشرز كثير valuable حتتقدم كلها free including اشياء كثيره من ريسورسز من جورنالز من طبعا virtual labs واشياء كثير discussion groups وما الى ذلك كلها حتكون available. Next please. So eligibility criteria. مين المؤهل انه يتقدم؟ المؤهل انه يتقدم يا اما بيكون PhD candidate حد conducting او بيعمل PhD حاليا، او طبعا PhD candidate هذا لازم يكون attached ليونيفرسيتي من غزة. لازم this is a must because الدعم not only for individuals. احنا بندعم الايكو سيستم تاع اليونيفرسيتيز في غزة، او بدرس ما بعد الدكتوراه او ريسيرشر يعمل في احد الجامعات الغزاويه. طبعا لازم يكون be affiliated with a university in Gaza at the same time of application. لازم يكون طبعا موظف في احد الجامعات اللي في غزه في وقت التقديم. be currently residing in Gaza or displaced outside Gaza after 7 أكتوبر. لازم يا إما يقيم حاليا في غزة أو تم مغادرة غزة بعد 7 أكتوبر. هدول المؤهلين. إذا حد بيشتغل برا غزة قبل 7 أكتوبر he is not eligible. Next please. المواضيع اللي بنركز عليها اكثر واللي تم طبعا هذه مش عشوائيه ولا عفويه، هذه تم اختيارها بالتعاون مع وزاره التعليم العالي وبناء على ريسيرشز تمت شو الاكثر شيء غزه في احتياج له. فتم طبعا تحديد 5 مجالات وتقريبا هي بتغطي شيء كبير من المجالات. اولها الانفراستراكشر انرجي اند ايربان ديفلوبمنت، طبعا البنيه التحتيه والطاقه وما الى ذلك والتطوير الحضري وما الى ذلك. السكند فيلد هو الهيلث سيستمز اند انفيرمنتال سستينابيلتي، الانظمه الصحيه والاستدامه البيئيه. الاديوكيشن الكالتشر والسوشيال ديفلوبمنت، التعليم والثقافه والتطوير المجتمعي. الايكونوميك سيستمز، الجوفرننس والامبلويمنت، التشغيل، الحوكمه والانظمه الاقتصاديه. ديجيتال تكنولوجيز اند انوفيشن سيستمز، هذا بيشمل كل الاي تي ريليتد تكنولوجيز، الحوسبه والكمبيوترايزيشن والاشياء هذه. نكست بليز. طبعا الاليجبل كوست ال 7000. حد بيسال كيف انا ممكن اصرف ال 7000 هدول وكيف انتم ممكن تغطوني والبند هذا يقع تحت الكرايتيريا اللي ممكن be covered by the project or not. اول شيء الببليكيشن اند ديسمينيشن كوستس. اذا انت بدك تنشر في مجله، طبعا في ليست من المجلات اللي تعتبر تلبي الحد الادنى من شروط النشر الصحيح. اذا انت بدك تنشر في احدها وهذه الرسوم تبعها يعني شويه مرتفعه، بالذات الاوبن اكسس جورنالز هنغطي هذا الكلام. ريسيرش ماتيريالز اند سوفت وير، اذا انت بتحتاج تشتري اي ريسيرش ماتيريالز او سوفت وير لايسنسز لتدعم الريسيرش تبعك. داتا اكسس اند داتا سيتس، اذا بتحتاج تشتري داتا سيتس للاكسبيرمنت تاعتك او ما الى ذلك. اونلاين تريننج اند كاباسيتي بيلدينج، اذا انت بدك تشترك في منصه اونلاين عشان تاخذ اونلاين تريننج ريليتد للريسيرش تبعك، يو ار ويلكم تو ابلاي ذيس ايتم. اونلاين اور اون سايت كونفرنس بارتيسيبيشن، انت مسموح لك تشارك في بعض المؤتمرات اونلاين، او اذا بصح لك ان شاء الله تفتح المعابر، اذا بصح لك تشارك في احد المؤتمرات طبعا تروح هناك. احنا ممكن ندرس هذا الموضوع ونغطي هذا الكلام. ممكن نغطي ايضا ديجيتال تولز اند انترنت كونكتيفيتي كوست. خليني انا يعني هذا الموضوع اوضح يعني باختصار. احنا بنقصد فيه اذا انت ما عندك انترنت وكهرباء ما الى ذلك، بدك تروح على كووركينج سبيس، على هب، تعمل كوندكت له، احنا ممكن نغطي لك رسوم الهب هذا عشان نوفر لك بيئه مناسبه to conduct your research. هذا could be covered if you ask us to cover. other justified research related expenses، اذا انت شايف موضوع مش مدرج في المواضيع هاي حابب تضيفه، بس حط الجاستيفيكيشن اذا اقتنعنا في الجاستيفيكيشن. وبالعاده احنا يعني بوزيتيف حنكون، اذا اقتنعنا في الجاستيفيكيشن حنضيفه وحنعتبره من ضمن الكوست اللي انت محتاجهم. وفي حاجه يمكن اكثر حاجه يعني او مهمه زي الاشياء الاخرى، في عندنا في نهايه البروجكت هذا زي ما حكينا احنا بنتهي تقريبا في منتصف 2027. بعده في بيجر بروجكت، وانا هذه النقطه بركز عليها كثير، في مشروع اكبر يبنى على هذا المشروع، وهذا بيدي موتيفيشن لل 75 اللي بيتم اختيارهم وللاخرين اللي ممكن ينضموا لهذا الكلام. ففي فيردر بروجكت الان في نهايه هذا المشروع قد نحتاج او سنحتاج الى الفيدباك منكم عشان تو انكلود في النكست فيز اوف ذا بروجكت. البروجكت اللاحق ممكن يكون مده 3 سنوات بشكل اكبر. الفيدباك هذا احنا ممكن ندفع لكم بدل الايفورت بداله طبعا الى حد معين، بدناش نحكي مبالغ الان، بس الى حد معين ممكن ندفع لكم بدل الايفورت اللي بتدونا في الفيدباك هذا. ايش الاشياء اللي مش انكلودد الان؟ هذا كل اللي اباف انكلودد. ايش الاشياء اللي مش انكلودد في هذا الكلام؟ احنا ما بنتكلم عن موبيليتي. انت ما تيجي تقول لي انا بدي اروح اعمل ريسيرش مثلا في جامعه اوكسفورد وبدي اطلع واصرف عليه، لا هذا مش مغطى. اذا انت انتقلت لا مش لا ما بنغطي انك تنتقل عشان تعمل ريسيرش في مكان اخر. الميجر اكويبمنت بيرشيسز، يعني اذا بدك تشتري اشياء يعني فيزيكال زي اكويبمنت وما الى ذلك، هذا مبدئيا مش مغطى، بس اذا حسيت في شيء فيري نيسيسري ويعيق البحث تبعك apply and we'll study it. هندرس الموضوع. الكوست unrelated to the proposed research activities. انت حتقترح الريسيرش اكتيفيتيز تبعتك، ما تروحش تغطي او تحط نقطه ما لهاش علاقه بالريسيرش تبعك وتطلب تغطيتها، سيتم رفض هذه النقطه. next please. الابلكيشن بروسيس submission of application in English only، اذا تعباية الابلكيشن بس باللغه الانجليزيه على الرابط اللي اعلناه، وهو فاتح من اول الشهر، وطبعا معكم وقت لعند 31/7 الساعه 11:59 دقيقه بتوقيت فلسطين، يعني لنهايه الليل يوم 31 جولاي. واللينك هي زي ما انتم شايفينه، وبظن حيتشير معكم كمان. وايش الدوكيومنتس اللي انت محتاج ترفقها مع الابلكيشن؟ بدك الابلكيشن فورم موجود بصيغه PDF فيلابل، يعني بتقدر تعبيه وترفقه. السي في تبعتك لازمه. الليست اوف ابلكيشنز اللي انت الريسيرش اللي عملت لهم ببليكيشن لازميننا. الاكاديميك سيرتيفيكيتس اللي بتثبت شهاداتك العليا بالذات، اللي بتثبت انه انت يا اما تحمل الدكتوراه او كانديديت PhD كانديديت او اكسبيرينس بروفيسور او هو ايفر. تحتاج انت الاكاديميك سيرتيفيكيتس اللي تثبت هذا الكلام. proof of affiliation with the university in Gaza. انت محتاج official letter تثبت انه you are affiliated with the university from Gaza. انه انت موظف في جامعه من جامعات غزه، انت محتاج لتر رسميه في هذا الكلام. طبعا في ديتيلد الانفورميشن كلها هذا على الويب سايت تبعنا expanded terms of reference for application. next please. البروسيس تاع الايفالويشن والسلكشن بروسيس طبعا حيتم almost during August 2026. هيعمل تشيك على الاليجيبيليتي كرايتيريا اللي احنا حكيناها. طبعا اول شيء حيبلش بالشورت ليستنج. الابلكيشنز سكريند اند ريديوست ل 150. طبعا احنا شايفين المهتمين كانوا في الانفو سيشن اكثر من 50 شخص، من 500 شخص سوري. بنعرفش قديش اللي يعبوا، احنا بنشجع الكل يعبي الابلكيشن. الفيرست طبعا شورت ليستنج حيتم تقليصهم ل 150. بعد هيك حيتم اكسترنال ايفالويشن. each shortlisted application كل application بده يتم تقييمه by two independent external evaluators. في حال انه كان فارق بين evaluator و evaluator يتجاوز ال 25%، فحيتم ايداعه ل evaluator ثالث عشان يرجح الكفه. حيتم طبعا ethics review، والايثكس اغلبها معممه وانتم بتعرفوها، من ضمنها الGDPR تاعت الاتحاد الاوروبي، قواعد او الخصوصيه وما الى ذلك. انتم اغلبكم بتمروا عليها هذه الاشياء، بالغالب الكل بيعديها، هاي ما فيها كثير مشاكل، بس في ريفيو للايثكس. وحيتم الفاينل سelection زي ما حكينا في سبتمبر 2026. نكست بليز. طبعا في بعض التوصيات للابليكانتس. راجعوا التيرمز بريفرنس، وراجعوا معكم وقتكم، وراجعوا الويب سايت، راجعوا كل شيء قبل ما تقدموا عشان الابلكيشن يكون واضح. بنشجعكوش كثير تستخدموا الاي اي تو جنريت الكونتنت تاع الابلكيشن. محتاجين نسمع صوتكم، محتاجين نشوف كلماتكم، وما تقلقوا اذا في اللغه الانجليزيه مش كثير بيرفكت. هذا will not be considered. اذا في اخطاء املائيه، اخطاء جرامر في الانجليش، هذا طبعا مش حيتم خصم اي درجات عليه. طبعا التقييم يا جماعه كله حيتم بعد 31 جولاي، بعد الديدلاين. يعني ما تستعجلوا اليوم وتروح تقدم اليوم بسرعه، لانه ما فيش عندنا فيرست كم فيرست سيرف. لا، احنا كل بعد ما يخلص الديدلاين حنبلش التقييم. فخذ وقتك، بس بنفس الوقت خذ وقتك، بس ما تضلكش لاخر يوم، لانه ممكن تحصل معك تكنيكال بروبلم، ممكن تحصل انه محتاج تستفسر عن شيء، فخلي معك الوقت. فبلش من اليوم، بس ما تستعجل to submit your application. next please. طبعا اغلب الدوكيومنتس المطلوبه او الكي دوكيومنتس كول فور ابلكيشنز موجود بالانجليزي وبالعربي، في PDF فايل بالعربي تقدروا تطلعوا عليه. terms of preference for applicants موجود طبعا. وفي عندنا frequently asked questions اذا انت بدك تستفسر او تتعمق اكثر ايش معظم الاسئله اللي بتنسال والاجوبه عليها. وفي application form template طبعا اللي بدك تعبيه بال PDF. طبعا كل هذا available on the call of the application web page اللي ظاهره عندك.